Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Success Partner Podcast with Daya Naef. We are filming today on location from Daphne River Villa. We have today a women's retreat going on. And I am so honored to have Ginger Dunaway with us today to do her podcast here in person. So, Ginger, you have a wonderful story and you're very committed to the success of your clients. And I'd love to know more about what you do.
Yeah. So I'm a life coach and I really specialize in helping women in midlife in relationship drama and really settle into a very peaceful place so they can find meaning and purpose and fulfillment with this next phase of life. So I lead a 90-day program online called Unshakable. And my whole program and work is really built around a yoga practice. So for me, yoga changed my life over 20 years ago. And I really feel like it's my life's purpose and passion to share the practice with women and help them understand the depth of the practice and how it really works on us in so many ways, so many positive ways to help us heal the past, heal old past trauma, drama, and really settle into what I like to call the soul self, or what yoga calls the true self, but this higher aspect of self where we are able to really live from a place of clarity, insight, inspiration, creativity, and be tuned into higher guidance as we move through life.
Could you share a client success story? Don't name names, but
Okay. Yes. So I have a client who came to me and really it started where she just felt like her ego was really getting involved in work and she was looking for some sort of promotion and I was struggling with that. And so that's sort of what led her into finding me and leading her into the program. But what I think she was surprised to find was like the depth of this program. And she ended up bringing in some other women for me to talk to, when some other things came up with children and guidance for children. Because, as moms, we are trying to do the best for our children and we want the best. And sometimes what we think is the best for them is not what they think is the best for them. So it really led into me helping some friends of hers with some things going on with their children and helping them get to the state of realizing that everything is really fixing and all of us have this higher guidance system that's leading us and guiding us, and to trust in that and to learn to trust in that for our children as well. And so that it just relieves a lot of stress, a lot of pressure as parents, so that we don't feel like this, yeah, it's just something you got.
so what got you into this?
So, um, over 20 years ago, I stumbled upon a yoga practice and, um, I really to go back into my backstory. When I was 8 years old, my parents went through what I call the childhood drama. My mom thought my dad fucked with another woman and confronted him about it. And because she confronted him, she always had in the back of her mind, well, if I shouldn't have confronted her, we'll get cheated. And so it set up this sort of mental torture chamber. It started just out of the blue one night and continued for about 3 years, where she would just get into what I call these nightly dramas and just argue and fight. And it was a very stressful, traumatic experience as a child to watch her go through all this. And, from 8 to 11 years old, just soaking up all of this emotion and drama. And so, as we all do, vowed to never turn into a mom. And I love my mom. And she's actually a great woman. Just had a lot of stuff she learned from her mom as intended to. And so, vowed to really not let this happen to me. And so, lo and behold, found myself in my first marriage, repeating patterns, feeling like drama in relationship was necessary for love. And I myself just in a miserable situation. And knowing that I didn't want to be doing the same thing that I watched my mom do. And fortunately, we had not had children at the time. And so I just stumbled upon it and was doing it more for exercise reasons. And it turned into this really transformational practice. And I just realized at some point, sort of woke up in my life thinking, oh, I just feel content. I feel like the way I felt before, because after it happened, pretty much an emotional waste. I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, felt very angry, was that full blame to my mom. And all this stuff started to ease and free up. And I no longer blamed my mom and the relationship. But what was most interesting was what's happening with marriage. It was like I was taking a step back and the things that she was doing it was no longer taken personally. And I was able to take a step back and realize that I needed that relationship to bring all this stuff for me. So then I could take a look at it and either go the wrong way, down that route, which I was, or I stumble upon this person that just made all the difference in the world. Feel secure, feel feel lovable, and sit back and realize I no longer needed this relationship. And divorced shortly after that, and then that's when my yoga practice really took off. Practice itself, it was one of those things that once I realized was happening, I knew it was the practice that was doing this for me. I wanted to know how. How was it working with it before me? And so that's why I went to yoga teacher thing. And learned about all this practice, came home, studied, read the Yoga Sutras, which were written 2,000 years ago, and just dove at first even more into. And over time, I just developed this, what I call a 6-step soul work method to help people really understand what this practice is about, what it does, how it does it, and give them the steps to take to really easily move from where they are now, maybe stuck in the ego, the judgmental, analytical thinking mind, the monkey mind that is in trouble.
It reinforces our own negative thoughts.
Yes, and drums up all the old past cycles, habits, and patterns, pushes us that way. And really let go of that and shift into what yoga culture about itself. Where you really are, you have that clarity, that insight, that inspiration, that creativity. And to really be able to live more from that place than that, just open. So that is what my 90-day unshakable program is about. It's just leading women through this success to help them heal past trauma and drama. What's interesting about yoga is when you think about yoga as the body postures and movements, it's really considered, it's really considered movement meditation. And what these do is they're getting you into different postures and poses, and it's basically bringing the emotional energy in the body that's been trapped from yesterday, from 30 years ago, from whatever. And it helps bring out that emotional energy. And that emotional energy is fuels hurts and cycles and reactions. So the more you wring that stuff out, the less reactive you become, the less you're just zipping down the old ways and patterns and a lot of times what we consider negative habits and patterns. So it really brings that stuff out. And it also develops what I like to call, which is not the greatest name in the yoga world, but it's called witness consciousness. And that is the ability to take a step back from your own and start observing yourself. And that is where you really start taking control of your life. Not in a control, you don't get in a control, like you have, then you have the ability to make choices for yourself. You're no longer sort of on automatic pilot, just, going in different directions. You were able to take a step back and watch how you're handling life, how you're reacting in life, and it slows things down so that when you do have triggers come up, it slows down the time from trigger. It almost seems to expand time to where at this moment where you take a deep breath and you realize you don't want to go into that reaction that you normally go into. And you don't want to take the bait from someone. You don't want to go on that anymore. You want to take a deep breath and settle back down and recognize that all of the stuff that gets stirred up for us in life, the struggles, the strife, the drama, that we can be in a place where we forgive and accept when it comes from us. But we can also forgive and accept when it comes from others, knowing that they've got trauma that they are dealing with, and to really be seated so deeply in that center and able to allow witness consciousness, this observant state, to allow us to have that. And
Sometimes we move really fast, really busy in lives, our jobs, parenthood. And it's like that. This action makes this reaction every single time. So having that ability to choose and say, okay, wait, what am I feeling? What am I doing? Stop. Is this a time where I can make a different choice? And it's not, you're not guaranteed to still make the right choice, but it's still, you can actually go from a position of power, consciousness of that consciousness about it, instead of just being. So how do your clients find you with me? Where can they send them to find out more?
so they can either go straight to my website, which is spiritual-yogi.com. They can email me, Ginger at spiritual-yogi. They can find me on Facebook, Ginger Dunaway, Instagram, Ginger Dunaway, Graf. Um, and so any of those routes to message me to get started.
Well, it's wonderful having you here today. I'm glad you're here staying in retreat today, leading such a retreat. Her contact information will be in the show notes. So thank you again for watching Success Partner Podcast with Daya Naef. Stay tuned. We always have great stuff coming on.